Hi guys, it's Tress here. Hey, I was asked a couple of days ago to post the skill tree for the Freezing Pulse build, Mr. Frosty the Snowman here, in the into YouTube. So rather than do that, what I thought I'd do is I'd do a final build sort of critique, if you like, and I will post the link to the skill tree in the links below. Right, so final thoughts on the build. Look, it's okay. Fun to level. Obviously, with the threshold jewels that you've got in there, an absolute blast to play with. You don't get any of the debuffs from lesser and greater multiple projectiles, which means you hit really hard. You're killing things 2 screens away from for the vast majority of it. Things just don't get close to you. It's great fun to play. It's an easy build to do. I haven't gone through the end game on it, so I don't know if it's in-game viable. My thoughts are it's probably not, only because it probably is in-game viable, but it just doesn't hit hard enough for single target for things like, you know, the Shaper and the Phoenix and all the rest of that. But better gear, the 6th link, yeah, maybe you possibly could. As for gems, look, I haven't changed anything from the last time that I played this. We've got faster projectiles, freezing pulse, increased crit, spell echo, and controlled destruction in a fairly meh Savant's robe. I've got power charge on crit, orb of storms, assassin's mark, and curse on hit. I don't use that a hell of a lot, actually. I probably could. Shield charge, fortify, faster attacks with a summon ice golem. That's your main movement speed. You're just basically shield charging around the place like that. You've got cast when damage taken, and Immortal Call is your defensive thing. I've got Vortex in there. You don't really need it, and Arc. Okay? It's just something I threw in there for shits and giggles. And you've got Blasphemy with Warlord's Mark and Discipline. Those are, you know, that's where it is. I'm not running 2 curses at the moment. I could run 2 curses, but you do curse with Assassin's Mark when your Orb of Storms kicks in. So look, the build at the moment is doing about 39. That's not too bad. If I pop all the potions, I'm doing 52. If I'm shattering, as you will see in the gameplay a bit later on, it's around 61, 62, something like that. So it's not too bad. Like I said, single target's the biggest issue. So without further ado, what I'll do is I'll run through a map and show you a bit of the gameplay, and then we'll leave it at that. If you've got any questions, post it in the links below. It's just a map I had in there.
Beautiful garden, hidden from the public.
I got 2 pale hands up against the window pane. I'm shaking with the heat of my need again. Starts in my feet, reverbs up to my brain. There's nothing I can do to revert the gain. I'm looking down to the street below. There's nothing in the way they move to show. They too know what I know. They too hunger for the beast below. Listen to the radio, I feel so out of place. There's a certain something missing that the treble can't erase. I know you can tell just by looking at my face. A word about my weakness, I'm totally addicted to bass. Wow, wow. Till I've had my fuel in the streets, if I'm deprived. A hunger that breaks from deep inside. I feel like I'm doing time. Imprisoned by dependence and a rhythm supplying in my mind. I must overcome the need to define solitary silence of a faceless kind. Standing by the stereo, feeling so alone. My back against the speaker and I'm moving on my own. Surrounded by so many and they're staring at my face. They're picking up my problem. Totally addicted to bass. Wow, wow. down on the street, people I see everywhere are tapping their feet. Suddenly I realized in a look that I was wrong. Everybody's grooving to their own song. Down at the scene below, there's something in the way they move to show. They too know what I know. They too hunger for the beast below. Rhythms running over me to wash away my fears, to back me up humanity and free of my tears. There's something that's connected us down throughout the years. Don't need to feel so lonely. Everyone's addicted to bass. Wow, wow.
Alright, so as you can see, it's not that hard. It does require a little bit of bouncing around the place to get the harder bosses, but it's a fairly easy character to play. I do recommend it. It is a lot of fun, and if you've got any questions, please ask them below. So the skill tree goes something a little like this. So I bang this across here. This is obviously PoE skill tree, Atlas of Worlds. So to start with, go up here, grab Retribution. I did grab Mind Over Matter for a little bit, but I respec'd out of it later. You jump over here, you grab your first jewel socket. You grab this little bit of life here, a little bit of life there for survivability. Jump up, get your second jewel socket, grab that little bit of life there, go around into Heart and Soul for a little bit of life, and then you are travelling and filling out the rest of the skill tree. You're grabbing these if you want to do dual cursing. It's not really necessary. You could save yourself the skill points there. Jumping over here, you're grabbing the crit nodes, you're grabbing these life nodes, all of these juicy little crit nodes, and everything around here, some life. Those are your crits. I think these are cold damage and crit strikes. Down, life and all the rest of that. Respec, now this is when you start to respec, you're building towards CI at this point, so you're starting to take some CI nodes. Your gear should be starting to transition towards CI at that point. Then you're respecing out of everything, jumping down, grabbing obviously Chaos Inoculation, Ghost Reaver. You want to grab Valpak at this point, jump over here, grab all these juicy little nodes in there. I've just got a normal jewel in there and a yellow jewel in there. You just have to basically, if you can get increased freeze chance on your jewel, I think the maximum you get like 3%. Do that. Other than that, that's the skill tree as it stands at the moment. Obviously, I will post them in the links below. Catch you guys around.